Hi, I'm Tesselode, and this is On 3 off of Automaphonica 1, Crash the Party. So my initial inspiration for this song was I was listening to Adrian's track, and the chord progression reminded me of Wake Up 1 from the Sonic Shuffle soundtrack. So I tried to do a similar kind of line where I have like a pretty twinkly synth playing some major 7th chords. So that sounds like this. And this synth is a Vital Patch. It's using the Drink the Juice wavetable, which is really good for any time you need something twinkly. It just has that kind of sound to it. And I didn't really do much else to it. Also, in line with the Wake Up 1 inspiration, this is a drum and bass track, which it makes sense because the previous track is at 90 BPM, so 180 is a good tempo for drum and bass. So I'm using this pretty light, pitched up break that sounds like this. And I don't know, I think that's got a good, spacious, like not too heavy feel. And I'm going to contrast that with another break later that, actually it's the same break but just pitched down and it'll feel way heavier. Also worth noting is that every time I render this track, the tambourines are going to be a little bit different. If I took off these Y8 commands, you would get a tambourine on every single 16th note. And Y8 just makes it so that it plays the tambourines 50% of the time. And I did this because I need it to be kind of like a rickety, like, I don't want it to be every 16th note, but I don't really care which ones it plays on. So this just gives me like automatic rhythmic variation. It sounds good. So that's the chords, and then I've got a bass that comes in. Okay, so this sound, the where is that one? Here it is. So this is something where I'm using this one interesting oscillator in Surge XT. So there's a twist oscillator, which is like a lot of oscillators in one. And it's got this filtered noise engine, which is basically just a noise generator, and then you just slap a filter on it, which, I mean, I guess that's why it's called filtered noise. But if you turn the resonance way up and if you do dual peak, you get this really nice mellow sound. And then you just kind of drown it in reverb and it sounds really good. So for this section, this road line where I'm doing like the little like kind of stuff, that is inspired by another video game song. It is the Heavy Heads music from New Super Lucky's Tale. That song has some great little Rhodes riffs, and that's what inspired me to do this. There's two different versions of the song. I don't remember which one. It's either the intro version or the main one, but one of the variations has that, and I thought it was cool, so I did a similar thing. So after spending all of this first section having a pretty happy song, I wanted to do something to contrast with that, because originally I was envisioning the song coming out less happy. Nothing wrong with making it happy, but I did want some contrast. So this is where I started taking a cue from Square Pusher tracks, and I decided I wanted the drums to go crazier and to gradually get heavier to contrast with the lighter drums. So I introduced this heavier break. And all I've really done was I took the bass line and I moved it to the relative minor. So that just colors everything. It makes everything sound less happy. And then from here, I introduced this melody. And this is where I start going into a more square pushery direction, because now I'm taking everything that I've built up so far, I rendered it to a sample, and now I'm just chopping the samples up. So if we look at, I think this one, yeah, so these are the rendered out lines from the previous two patterns. They don't have the effects applied, but otherwise they're just what's rendered. So now I can start using tracker effects such as re-triggering or pitching down or playing backwards, and I can start really fucking up the song. So I build like this for a while, and I also wanted to point out that I sampled an old version of Adrian's track, which is the previous one, the first track. And it's just sped up 2 times. So I thought that would be a fun way to like call back to the previous song and use it for more than just inspiration, but also use it as a tangible part of this song. Here I've got the bass going a little bit more ham. I added some extra distortion to it to make it heavier. And then other things happen in the song, and I'm going to leave that for you to hear because I don't want to spoil the whole song. So that's the track. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you will listen to the full compilation, Automaphonica 1 Crash the Party, which is out now.